Well underway at the Waterkloof Air Force Base outside Pretoria. Special focus, of course, on youth development programs to spark awareness on careers in defense and aviation. Patricia Vasaki has been at the air show this past week. She joins us live from Waterkloof now. Patricia, crowds enjoying riveting programs at Waterkloof today. Patricia, are you with us?
Well, thank you so much, Kashni. Good afternoon to you and, of course, to our viewers at home. We are still here at the Waterkloof Air Force Base where, of course, this beautiful aviation spectacular is, of course, gaining great momentum throughout the day. From very early this morning, as we have mentioned, the crowds are gathered here. Of course, we're thinking that maybe by now, you know, well over 100,000 people have come here to be part of course, the 9th edition of the Africa Aerospace exhibition right here from, of course, the Waterkloof Air Force Base. And Kashni, throughout this exhibition, we've been speaking to various pilots, of course, and we've been getting into various aircraft. We've explored, of course, Little Annie. We have, of course, explored the Extra 300, the Griffins, the Roy Falk, of course, South Africa's flagship combat and attack helicopter. And right now I'm standing in front of this beast. It is, of course, the C17 Globe, and it is a part of the USA forces, of course, that are part of this exhibition. They have brought several of their aircraft with us, and to tell us more about what is happening here and why the public is actually having a keen interest in this aircraft right here behind me. I'm now joined by a technical sergeant, and that is Ken Martini. He's a part of the New York Air National Guard. A good afternoon, Sergeant, and thank you so much for joining us here. Of course, it's been a wonderful exhibition. You guys have been here from the start. In short, tell us about your experience here. How has the 9th edition of the AAD 2016 been for you guys?
This experience has been wonderful. Because of the state partnership that we have with South Africa, we're able to do things with the South African military, such as we have 2 trucks in here right now that show the demonstration of our aircraft and our capabilities of helping the South African military with any strategic airlift that they might require.
Now, a lot of people have been going into the C17 Globe. A lot of interest from the public, especially the children that are here. What makes it so attractive? Why are so many people that are gathered here flocking into this aircraft?
I believe it's the size of the aircraft. The South African military has a C-130. Ours is approximately 585,000 pounds as our gross weight. So we are able to carry things that the C-130 is unable to carry. So I think just in the size of the aircraft, people are drawn to that size.
And right inside of it, when I peep this way, I see there is an army vehicle that's parked inside of it. What exactly is that vehicle? How heavy is it? And how heavy is the aircraft itself?
The aircraft itself is approximately 280,000 pounds. The vehicle inside is a Mamba. It weighs approximately 28,000 pounds. We can carry up to 170,000 pounds of cargo. So that vehicle in there is just a drop in the bucket as far as what we are able to carry.
Apart from, of course, the cargo that it carries, does it also carry soldiers? Do you also use it for those purposes, or is it strictly just for cargo?
We have multiple options for this aircraft. We can transport it into a flying hospital if need to. 36 patients at one point can fly into this aircraft. We can also use it for emergency evacuation in case of a tsunami or something like that. We can do an emergency evacuation of up to about 300 people at one given point. We also can carry troops to do as well as a static jump out of an airplane. We can carry palletized cargo such as human relief to any of the countries that are in need of it.
And talk us through some of the emergency programs or relief programs rather that you have been involved in. Like, what are we talking about? Of course, disaster strikes all the time across the globe. Which one that perhaps made headlines were you involved in with, of course, the C-17?
I wasn't directly involved in it, but we've had numerous human relief as far as cargo to Afghanistan or Iraq. as far as bringing food and supplies to those countries that were in need of it.
Do you bear any knowledge of the...
is the wrong word, but almost this image that she can't connect with ordinary people. I do think that the idea that these elections are not inspiring also is the fact that nobody's presenting proper policies that you can think, oh my God, this can get us all to rally around.
Build a wall?
Exactly, build a wall to inspire people.
Well, I think, though, that actually Hillary's campaign, for all its faults, and it has many, actually does have very detailed policies. It's just that they seem wonkish, and they don't seem to have a very inspiring message at the core. You know, they can sound very incremental. And one thing, though, about Hillary, also I would say is, polls have shown that when she was Secretary of State, obviously she was an inspiring figure. People thought that she was striking a blow for women and that she performed very well in that role. But I think this comes down to sexism in some ways, and that when she's a candidate, it's another thing. When she performs, it's
also because she is a stage-managed person and personality, partly because she's been around for so long, and secondly because American policy-making, unless you are stage-managed the way she is, you can't really...
It's very important so that we can keep those relations, the lines of communication open between our two countries. I think it's important, especially the aircraft that we have in the New York and Air National Guard is very good in teaching what the South African government doesn't have as far as the bigger aircraft. So if they need us for anything, we're there to help them out at any given time.
As far as peacekeeping missions go, what role does that partnership play, and does it really make a difference?
I think it does make a difference. This aircraft, because of its multiple capabilities, can provide at any given time support to the South African government, and whatever is required of them, we can provide.
And of course, around Africa, there's a lot of conflict many a times, and troops get deployed in various regions, especially where there is a conflict happening. And of course, what type of missions have you been deploying the C17 that has recently happened? Perhaps if you can give us an example.
For most part, it has to do with places further up north. We can land and drop off any type of cargo to include troops, cargo, ammunition, weapons of anything that is required of them.
All right, sir. Of course, thank you so much. Of course, that is Sergeant Ken Martini. He's part of the New York Air National Guard. That is a part of course, this exhibition. But it's not just about, aeroplanes and all the military products that are exhibited here. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the live band, and it is the USA Forces Europe band playing out right here.
Well, great sights and sounds coming out of the Waterkloof Air Force Base this weekend. Now, you've still got a chance to get down there. Gates open tomorrow at